Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's 6:47 a.m., 14 July 2021. And this particular reading, if you will, is going to be filed under my, I guess, flagship podcast channel. Oops. Which is Scott Albert Consultant, world's cheapest podcast. And the deal is that this particular audio file production is about tarot readings. Now, I've been around tarot cards long enough to, I guess, to have a small repertoire of them uh, be readily accessible in my brain. And before I even got to, or got around to, if you will, doing this particular reading, the various versions of the card, the Lovers, was in my head. It's like, well, that's real easy. I haven't got to pull the deck and shuffle the cards. I'm just going to talk about the Lovers. So, Lovers. There's a word that can envision and engender all kinds of good imagery and sometimes not so good imagery. There's something about an anecdote I once heard which regarded the way a man wanted to, well, die, basically. Don't ask me to quote who this came or tell you who this quote came from because I don't know. But the thought was, or this guy's sentiment was, the way he wanted to die was being shot in the back while jumping out of the window of his lover by the lover's spouse. Like, well, that's kind of a harsh and painful way to go, but if that's what you want, maybe the cosmos will accommodate you. It's kind of funny to me. It's like not the way I want to go. I'm not planning on leaving here until I had like 107 or 109 years of age, so I better figure out what Ponce de Leon was talking about all these years. Although personally, I think that he figured out this whole fountain of youth thing, and he's just been hiding, and changing his identity from decade to decade ever since. Although it's getting harder with all these computers and these cameras. It's a little hard to duck and weave and bob that much, but there's also plastic surgery, and if he's gotten rich, well, he can change his face every so often to avoid the spotlight, so to speak. But anyway, back to the Lovers. Besides the fact that the word engenders such things, what comes to mind as I think about this is the notion that people talk about love and lovers and how you care about someone, so on and so forth. Um, but I think that for starters, we all need to become lovers of ourselves. And I'm not talking about self-pleasuring. I'm talking about caring about ourselves such that we put our foot down to being mistreated and ill-treated, and that we stand up not only for ourselves but for others. Because when it goes without saying, especially families and friends, you can kind of go to the wall for those people, go through hell and back, mothers and fathers loving their children, mama bear is a particular image that comes to mind. You want to have a shortened lifespan, go mess with a bear's whelps. That'll do it real quick. Um, but to get back to the love thing, um, I don't think being lovers is just about a couple of people. I think it's about caring for yourself, caring for those around you, regardless of, per se, the level of love in the matter. And some people are kind of weird about this. Like, how do you feel about saying I love you to a friend as opposed to a lover? Really shouldn't feel too much different. I mean, there are certain boundaries, understood interactions between those 2 points, but it's like if you love someone, you love them and you care about them and let them know because nobody knows what tomorrow brings. Nobody knows what's going to happen. We could be here today and gone 3 seconds from now. God forbid, a Holocaust or what is that called? An ELE, an extinction level event, and we're all kissing our behinds goodbye. So, if you got someone that you care about, that you call a friend or a lover, husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, chum, mate, etc., let them know how you feel. I mean, you haven't got to get all gushy about it unless that's where you two are. And if it is, okay, great. And if not, just let people know. Because people, despite maybe actions, and we don't demonstrate it enough. You know, gifts are one thing, but actions speak louder than words. And if you care about them, make sure they know about it. It gets a little weird between men and women that are not lovers outright, because you tell a woman you love her or a guy you love him, you might get a few strange looks and things might be misunderstood. But don't let that stop you from letting people know how you feel. Because sometimes people just need to hear that someone gives a shit. Well, I guess I'll have to mark this under explicit. I've just cursed. All right, I'll do that. I keep seeing the image of the card lovers in mind, and I'm trying to think. What else is coming to mind? Red, color of passion, color of intensity. Um, Demonstrate your actions. Let people know how you feel, and you please be circumspectful in the fact that if they're not feeling it on the same level as you or in the same manner, if they say, like with two dudes, well, Jake, I appreciate that, but that's not where I'm at in that respect. Now, if we're talking like a friend or a brother, we're cool. Beyond that, no, not for me. But to each their own. The same holds true between men and women. I mean, let's come up with a name here. Cecilia. Okay. I had a friend by that name when I was in a small kid, young man. Sadly, she died about 5 years ago. Maybe it's been longer. But we were friendly. She was a good person. She was a decent person. I was just kind of dumbfounded to have heard word that she passed on. But again, my point is, if you don't tell people how you feel, if you don't at least show them, how are they going to know? They're not. So to coin a song phrase, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. It was true when Miss Warwick sang it years ago. It's true today. Just feels like the bottom line of this matter is we got to be a little nicer to each other. We got to demonstrate and just be decent. But again, all it starts with self-love. If you love yourself, you want to treat or be treated and treat someone in the same manner you want to be treated. But if you don't have love yourself, you're kind of having a hard way to go interacting with the human soul. And even though we've got this blasted COVID-19 thing still looming over our head, there are ways to just be decent and loving and, not get weird about it. I know I harp on that a couple times, but sometimes it gets twisted and strange. So I'll leave that to you, the listening audience, to figure out. But again, the bottom line is love yourself, love others, be a decent soul. And for this particular podcast, that's a wrap. This has been Scott, our consultant. My website is http://www.xpr3.com. I look forward to getting back into making these podcasts because it's been what seems like a month and I just haven't had the energy or focus or get up and go, but looks like that's back, at least for now. So we'll see you the next go around. I wish you all wellness. Take care of yourselves and be safe. Scott out.